Hey y'all, I'm Lockleth, and in today's video, I'm gonna get into Slay the Princess: the Pristine Cut. The link to the eShop is in the description if you want to purchase this yourself, but it was developed and published by Black Tabby Games, and it was also published by Serenity Forge as well, and I do want to give a big thanks to the publishers for this Switch code. Now, I left in the content warnings in the beginning because this is a horror graphic novel that came out in 2023, but they did add more to the game with this Pristine Cut. Oh, Jesus. As you can tell, which includes new routes, new princesses, current route expansions, a new ending, and even more than that. And if you've never heard of Slay the Princess before, you're on a path in the woods, and at the end of the path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess, and your job is to slay her and to not believe her lies. So there's going to be a lot of options and things thrown at me that I have to choose and decide my fate and potentially hers as well. So yeah, viewers beware. Make sure you read those content warnings. If you want to know more about the warnings in the game, go check out Black Tabby Games' website. A link to that is in the description. So let's get into Slay the Princess: The Pristine Cut. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, and here we go. It is voice acted by a narrator. So yeah, appreciate that so I don't have to read it. And apparently I have motion controls on. I'm so sorry if that is a pain point. I do wonder. Okay, I turned that parallax thing off, which is what you were seeing before. I didn't even like that because I can't sit still enough for that not to happen. So yeah, I turned that off, so I hope that's okay. But let's look at our options here. There's different things you can explore is obviously the main option, or you can just be silent, it looks like. You could turn around and leave. I'm assuming that's its own ending. Or you can actually explore. So let's do explore. That's what my heart is telling me. End of the world. What are you talking about? Let's see. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna choose explore. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Well, damn. Have you ever considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Yes, that is a valid question. Well, what does he say?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
It doesn't matter, he says.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Well, okay. Alright, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I've got to take the blade because if my mother has taught me anything is you can't trust anyone. Stranger danger.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Okay, random side note that I just thought of. He said earlier that if she leaves this cabin, the world will end. Is there going to be a point where I don't kill her, but I also don't free her, and so we're just stuck in this, the world will continue on? Maybe she'll die of old causes, or her own cause of death, of old age? I don't know. Random thought I just thought of.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi! Do I choose hi? Just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Let me say hi. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Why don't we have the other chain around her other wrist? Just curious.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Okay, let's see. Are these my only options? Are these ones? Okay. Do I just outwardly say I haven't decided yet? Because I kind of haven't. Or do I just want to talk with her? Because all three of these sound very sus. I'm gonna choose I haven't decided yet. You're a prisoner. I don't know why you're here. You said something that you probably already think is true, so...
How about you drop the knife, and the two of us just... talk?
Oh.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Alright, right there. Evil. Evil.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Damn.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? Yeah, are we positive? Do we just slay her now? Or do we say, I'm sorry, can we just talk? Let's talk some more.
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Yeah.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk.
No, I'm not dropping the blade yet.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Squint at her while holding onto the blade. Or fine then, I guess we're at an impasse.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
I'm gonna stare at her one more time.
You stare at the princess, squinting fiercely. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Maybe.
You'll have to blink eventually. Just make a choice.
Ugh. Do I drop or do I slay? Do I drop or do I slay? I don't know why she's here, but she's also already threatened by my presence. She said she was dangerous. The whole point of the game is to slay her, but I do want to explore the option of not freeing her, but also not killing her. Does that make sense?
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
I mean, better that it's in the same room as me than at the table at the top of the stairs.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
A relationship? Are you coming on to me? Oh my god. Let's start off with names. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Yeah, she just gave me titles. She didn't give me a name. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Well, do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Okay, fine. If you're not going to be clear, I will. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Why not?
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
Killing each other? You would kill me?
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
She's being honest then.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
Do I have to cut off her arm?
She is. I'm sure of it.
Like a rat in a trap? I think we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
We either slay, we try to get her out, or we just keep her locked away, which is kind of what I was hoping would be an option, so I'm going to try the third. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help.
Why did the text change?
And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I made my choice of locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
I'm sticking to my guns. I just want to know where this goes. Like, there's so many endings to this game. If this ends it here, then I'm fine with it, but I'm sticking to it. We're sticking to the plan and locking her down.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Do we still have the blade? Did we pick it back up on our way out?
Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
Oh my god.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did. and I'll never forgive it.
But we didn't kill you, though.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster. I mean, she does sound like it.
I can be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Oh god. Is she still down there, though? She has to be, like, out of the cabin already, right?
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Oh no.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
She is terrifying.
What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Would that be like the evil path? Ooh, that's intriguing.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
Not the breathing.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
So I knew going into this game that there were several endings, and I do not want to give away any others outside of the one I just gave y'all. But yes, this is Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut. Very scary in certain instances, and also a lot of options to play, to talk with her. Every decision changes how it goes. And I only know that from watching my friend Seth from the All In channel and even his wife. And I know with her, she chose different options than I did. So I actually saw something newer than what she saw. So there are several different endings. Of course, there's been another ending that has been added. Way more princesses that you can see. Oh God, that's terrifying. And I don't want to give away too much, so let me know in the comments if something like this, more narrative, horror-based, is something you're interested in. I do have some other horror games that I have purchased on sale recently that I'm looking forward to even more now after playing something kind of similar in this aspect. But I hope y'all enjoyed. All the links you need are in the description, and thank you so much for watching.